window method involved is cutting by hand with X-Acto knife, piece by piece, and exchanging that piece with the veneer. And by the time you will cut out all the pieces, you will end up with something like this. As you see, this plastic template has exactly the same design as the paper one, and the thickness of this plastic is equals to pretty much the thickness of the veneer. All the lines for you is already pre-cut. All you have to do is just follow this cut line and cut these few bridges off, and your piece will be free and ready to be exchanged with the wood veneer. Cutting mat, a scotch tape, regular pencil, a tool, it doesn't have to be a knife, with the flat surface where you can pound your veneer pieces into the template. Of course, you will need a cutting knife. In this case, it's X-Acto knife with some extra blades. You will need a thumb pins to hold your veneer and template together, hot gun to create a shadow if you wish. It's not really necessary, but if you like to have a shadow in your pieces to create more depth and three-dimensional look, you will be using either hot gun or hot sand. You will need to have a template with the ready design cut for you, and also you will need, very important, a veneer supply. And let me address a little bit a cutting knife issue. I know that will happen. As soon as you will put a new blade into your handle, your X-Acto knife handle, in the first 2 or 3 cuts, the very point of this blade will break off. Don't throw away this blade, it's still good. All you have to do is just re-sharp the very point by knocking the back side of the blade, and this knife will be good to go. Like I said, I even prefer to have this type of knife right away than this one, because you will break that point in the very first few cuts. Okay, let's start cutting our marquetry piece. We have a paper design. That design is transferred to this plastic template, just exactly identical, and at the end we'll end up with something like this or something like that. Okay, let's start it. We'll start with creating a leaf, and I will take a walnut and just cut a piece off. Now I let this piece to cool off. I also can put some pressing, something to press down and maintain that flatness. Now I will secure my piece. Two pins will be enough. Now I have this, I can turn, I see clearly my grain direction, I see clearly how much of the burn area I can use. You can retrace a little bit more. I have my trace. Through the light, I clearly see those 2 spots where I need to place a scotch tape to hold those pieces together. The natural way of this veneer is breaking out, which I'll probably will put more tape in this area to avoid that breakage. The leaf is pretty much done. As you see, we have the burn area, which not too much, just enough to create that depth, three-dimensional look. We have the right direction of the grains, following the natural direction on the leaf, and we can cut the next piece. Now let's try to cut the actual flower. Okay, I can see the trace pretty good. We probably need to tape on the other side, this area right here and maybe right here. Either it can be 1/16, 1/8. In this case I have 5/32, and this router bit set to the thickness of this veneer, and I will be starting from the center of my contour and going out to the lines of my contour. But I will not gonna go really close to the lines, because you know, router can take your wood pretty easy. And then when I will be doing this work, I'll be really careful, take time, and we'll try to come to the lines as close as possible. And then I will be using chisels or my cutting knife to complete my extraction of the wood perfectly to the lines and every corner, making sure my veneer inlay marquetry piece will fit exactly into that extracted area. Our veneer piece is absolutely free from the plastic. Right now I will go a second time and trace it a little bit deeper. I think this is the most important part, and you have to take your time to do it right and accurately. Starting from somewhere in the center and going out to the lines. Don't try to get with the router perfectly to the lines. We can scoop out the remaining part to the line with a nice and sharp chisel. Alright, all the fitting are done. I'm ready for glue. Everything is fit nice and flat. Now we have to glue the marquetry into the right location. I'll be applying glue only in the notch out area. Now we have to do is just apply the pressure. Okay, now we have to peel off all the Scotch tape. Okay, all the tape is removed, and now we're ready for sanding. I'll be using 80, 120, 150 grit. When you will be sanding, please try to be very careful and do not sand through the veneer. You know, the thickness of veneer is very thin,